because the worst thing that can happen right now is that it's times of war, and you're a consumerist who cannot figure out how to survive and live off chapati rice and beans.
Yeah, because that's basically what America teaches us. It was hard for us. Trust me, I'm telling you guys the truth. It was hard for us not to
Yeah,
try to keep buying stuff like we really didn't
yeah,
even need.
yeah.
So
Because
we got
America,
to practice that now before it's
man,
too late.
you
And
don't even realize it.
yeah, and that's why I say like you have to get out of America to realize the it's a some I saw this a quote. It was like you don't know you're in chains unless you travel, or it was something like that.
You don't know you're in chains unless you get out the chains.
So yeah, something like that. Let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about, because it was
That
something like
makes
that,
sense
but I'm
though.
not sure. Oh, I think it was like I don't. You would never know you was a slave unless you get out of that slave mentality.
Yeah, because you look back like, oh, it was crazy over there. Like it was really different. And most of the world doesn't live like that. And so that's why we tell y'all all the time, like, these people that live in Africa and live in Asia and have these different villages, they will be the survivors because they're not embedded and in debt in a consumerist mentality. They know how to survive off a little. And it's just their day-to-day life, and they survive off that little so they can save. It's not even necessarily all the time that they don't have resources.
Hmm.
Usually it's just they're saving to get to a certain goal. But our people, oh man, folks in America, Black Americans will be like, I have nothing. It's like, well, did you save? Did you save anything? What do you buy? Like, really take inventory of what you're buying and see, do you actually need that? Do you actually need Frosted Flakes 10 times a week?
Yeah, like sir. Yep, you said it.
That's pricey. What things can you get off the list and say, okay, let me start investing $10 into these gold, this precious metals, something so that you have an extra security fund if you need to take your passport and say, okay, I'm gonna get out now. At least create that plan for when stuff starts to hit the fan. You can say, okay, now I'm going to be able to get out and go to these countries, or I'm going to diversify like this. I'm going to level up on this skill set that's going to be wanted worldwide. You want to use a worldwide skill set. For us, that's marketing, that's writing, that's trading, a few different skill sets that we have as a family. Follow the ancient path and beat consumerism. And then number five, I had to include this in. Okay. I've been on this mindset since 18 years old. Defeat white supremacy on a psychological level because it does
Hmm.
you no good to have your perm in your hair. You got this white supremacist mindset. White supremacy is written all over you. And you come to Africa or you come to a place and you cannot be with melanated people. That is heartbreaking that we as Black Americans can be around melanated people and feel like, oh my gosh, there's too many melanated people. Like, why would you feel like that when you're
Mm.
melanated yourself? Defeat the white supremacist mentality. You don't need to have all the blonde wigs, the weaves. They're $500, right? You could have kept that $500 and invested in something, or
Yeah,
started your business.
it's so crazy. Like when you talk about that, I think about the movie They Clone Tyrone.
Okay,
Like that's so crazy. Like
that's so bad.
they really tell us what they are doing, but we still just want to continue to be clones.
We still
Like
want to continue. Oh, our
I'm
people love
telling
being
you, once you
clones.
get out of America, you will understand what we talk about because that's the only place like that.
The only
Um,
place.
and like it's crazy because the whole world is starting to realize like why is America pushing so much evil?
Hmm.
And if you try to speak any light or truth or good, it's a bad thing.
Mm.
The more than half the world is saying this is going against America, saying like, "Wow, I don't want to have the LGBT community here in our country
Right,
because
right.
they understand that's a law. That's not right.
That's an
That's not
abomination. Yeah.
yeah. But like, you really just gonna fall with America?
Yeah, if you love that white supremacy and that debauchery, then I don't know.
You
You
gotta
have
think
to
about it.
reap what
Like
you sow.
more than half the world declares America an enemy. So if you're an American, or if you're in America now, you're an enemy to these other countries.
And that's the wrong mentality to have for because so many of us, I don't know what it is in the last few years that we have. Maybe it's that they're not like pushing a lot of the our brothers being killed in the streets or whatever it is. They don't push a lot of that stuff anymore, and so everybody's now like very how do I very docile Black Americans are these days. Like nobody's really caring about sticking up for the people.
Okay,
Nobody's like, hey, we need to go back to
it's
Africa.
wise.
Everybody is just like in this days of okay, I'm
It's
gonna fight for my country. And it's like your country's on the wrong side of judgment. And so it's wise to in
yeah.
fact listen to the most high and not fight on the wrong side because it's a losing battle. You can't win the battle when the most high has granted the victory for the next
Hmm.
nation that's going to be the next superpower. He's great. Look, you can't take none away from that. It's like the book of Daniel. The Most High will raise up and choose who he chooses at his will because he made the earth. So it's not something where you debate the Most High and say, well, why did you do that? And why can't America be number one still undefeated?
It's very simple because if you just go back 200 years, where did they get all their resources and stuff? It's from Africa, and it's been that for a long time. So why not come to where the resources are?
Yeah, where even the human capital, everybody in the West and in certain Asian countries also are dying. Like the populations, people cannot have children. They'll have like 1.2 children on average, which is not enough to replace an entire population. And so, just in human capital, Africa is the place to be, just in human capital alone.
Yes, yeah, yeah, family. If you didn't hit the like button, make sure you like the video. We greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, it's just like it's really mind blowing because I'm like, man, it's really getting serious. It's
It
really
is.
getting serious.
It is.
Day by day, week by week. I can't believe they dropped those shipping containers off.
What was that? I gotta look more into that and see
Right?
like
Like
what is
I
that
look,
about
we just heard about it. So let us know if you guys seen anything in your state or heard anything in your
on full
state and
spectrum
in your
survival.
city. But I'm like, wow, they I can't imagine just a shipping container just plopped down right here in this land and then military people guarding it and stuff. It's like, oh snap, they getting ready for something.
Is it that they want the civilians to protect themselves, or is it that they want to have all these stops where they can like?
That tells
I don't
me
understand.
that that tells me it's about to be civil war in a way. Like it's a lot of undercover agents from other countries or something like that.
That's so strange. What
Yeah,
y'all
that's
think? Why
just
y'all think it's like that?
that's something different.
Why are they dropping shipping containers everywhere? That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all defeat the white supremacy mindset because that thing will not. First of all, it won't help you on your route to salvation in the kingdom. That's like number one. Number two, it's not even going to help you in the real world. Okay, because when you come out of America and Europe, ain't nobody with that white supremacist mentality. Nobody's
Hmm.
with it. As a black person, you absolutely should not be with it. Like, just that's just strange anyway. So you got to get that self hate off of you. You got to really check your heart as you're coming out of America. You got to check your heart because a lot of people wind up back in America because their heart is in white America. And that is their idol. That's their whole heart, their whole life, white America, right
Yeah.
inside their heart. If you could look at their heart, it would have white America stamped on it. I'm trying to be serious. You laughing?
That was funny. You're a good jokester. You're a
I'm not.
comedian.
I'm serious. You can see these people in the spirit. It would say white America.
That's funny.
They'd be up here. These Republicans. They'd be like, "I'm gonna fight for America." I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all better
And
stop.
that's what we try to tell you because we kind of walked it these past 3 4 years, right? Being here in Africa, it's gonna take time to get used to a new life like this. So when you come
Yeah,
out of here, it's a new thing. You
yeah,
know, if you do something new, you gotta have practice, and that's
yeah.
just with anything.
Gotta
So
get your reps in
yeah, you gotta get your repetitions in, like really with anything, with everything.
for real. Yeah,
So that's all we try to say. Sooner than later. Um, sooner than later.
yeah. Because Russia, they don't care at this point. Because just what was it 3 weeks ago
Mm.
that the prime minister, one of the people in the circle, they were like joking. They're like, let's just see if we strike this missile, how long it'll take to hit America. right? And
Yeah.
now they're literally at right between Florida and Cuba chilling. And Putin just said today, within the last few hours, he just said, go to WION, we on the news channel. He literally just said that sanctioning Russia further was the biggest mistake America could make and that it will not go unpunished. And so it's like, do we really want to just count the threats and see, I wonder how many threats it takes before they do something? Just be wise and leave. And most people can leave. People are like, oh my gosh, most of us can't leave. Most African American people are more talented than most of the world just because of the institution you were raised in. You have an education, you have this work experience, but you don't value yourself. And so you automatically count yourself out. Where there are people in Africa who will take a screwdriver and a screw and put up and tear down and build things incredibly, but you who have the work experience, the education, you have everything you need, you're like, no, I'm gonna count myself out. You have to see what's in yourself. You have to, especially if you're a Black American. Y'all know they got y'all in the most intense jobs, the jobs that really grow the company, the jobs that really make a difference. And so you have skills. You can leave. Like if
Really.
you need somebody to tell you today, let's be the ones. You can leave America. You have everything you need. You can do it. We believe in you. Now you need to believe in you
Mm-hmm.
because our people are talented. Straight up,
Yeah.
straight up. Our ancestors didn't build America for no reason. We're talented. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason they took our specific people and kidnapped our specific people. But you gotta tap into it. That's the worst thing that white supremacy in America did, was make you think that you're not valuable unless you're working on their plantation. You're valuable outside the plantation. Okay? You are, straight up. But you gotta believe it. I can't believe it for you. I mean, I can believe it to an extent, but you need to believe it for yourself and take action on it.
What's the
Because there's
guy's
opportunity
YouTube?
all over Africa, to be honest. Even, and it's like we're in the most simple time and day to accomplish these things as well, because you have people like us talking to you. Think about if somebody was in World War II and they're like, oh, I got to figure out how to maneuver. They couldn't go on YouTube and say, okay, which are the top 5 countries, which are the most peaceful, what are the strategies I need? But you have these things in your access today, and somehow we're so fearful, like, oh my gosh, I need to stay in America forever, when you have more than what your ancestors had to be able to maneuver and do these things and go across the world or go wherever you need to go.
Yeah. Um, Full Spectrum Survival.
Yep.
Was it his latest video or the one before
What?
that we heard this morning?
I don't know. Either one of them. Because
Yeah.
he posted 2 in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. So he was talking about the YouTube channel Full Spectrum Survival. He's talking about how they're dropping shipping containers and random cities and stuff, and the police or military would be guarding it, and it's full of um, weapons.
I think they expect the civilians to join the army, I guess, because
Yes,
America's army in the last
Full
few
Spectrum Survival YouTube
months and
channel.
years has decreased exponentially. People don't really join anymore. And hence, you'll see like social media campaigns like join the military. People don't join anymore. And so, America's military power is very, very limited. Okay. Especially when you're throwing out trillions to Ukraine, trillions to Israel, you
And
know.
Biden, I think Biden just signed a bill or something with the Ukraine president saying that they would fund them for the next 10 years.
The next 10 years.
Yeah, something like that. I saw something. I'm like, what is what? So yeah,
The whole reason is because the West doesn't want to lose its grasp. They're fighting, they're trying so hard. They're like Great Britain, France, the US,
Germany.
Canada,
Mm-hmm.
Germany. They do not want to lose their grasp. That's what this entire war in Ukraine is even about. So they know if they lose Ukraine, then Russia's like full speed ahead to take over the rest of Europe.
Yeah, and that's it's happening, y'all. Like right in front of us. You gotta wake up and know
You
what's
gotta
going
wake
on,
up.
because um, it's better to be out, because they kind of tell us what's going to happen, like in movies and stuff like that. Like they kind of tell us what's what's about to
They
happen,
do tell us.
like for real. And they have to. The enemy has to tell us what he's going to do.
Man, these are interesting, crazy. I mean, this is worse than the pandemic when we left. When we left in 2019, 2020, it was a pandemic. The world was locked down and we still left. We're like running through the airport and all that stuff. But literally now, it's like, it's what, like war. I guess that was a different type of war. It was like a disease type war. But this, in this, like physical war, like stuff really going down, like it's
Hmm.
time to go 100,000%. 100,000%.
Yeah.
And I will just fly through these topics once again for the people that are just joining our top 5 tips for you to survive World War III. Passports and copies with other documents sent to your email. Before you leave, get your passports, your birth certificates, all of the documents that you need. Make copies of all of them, okay? Send them to your email address and send them to your friend and family's email address that you trust. Okay, if you don't have your passport, you're a bit behind. Number two, you want to locate 3 places with no military or a very low military presence. Why? Because you don't want to be in like France, where obviously France is another world power. You want to be somewhere where there's no military, very minimal military, because you're not a target. They're not going to be infiltrated. You're just going to be sipping your coconut water and looking at the sunset. Okay. Number three, shift your investments, investing in gold and silver, precious metals, investing in tech companies, investing in yourself, your business, your own self development, so that you
Yeah.
know how to
Invest in
survive.
yourself.
You know how to even survive in these times, and you have a different mindset of living an alternative lifestyle. Number four, follow the ancient path and get rid of consumerism. Consumerism is expensive. Consumerism is debt. You don't have time to be in debt in a war, because usually people who are in debt in a war become casualties of the war and go into some type of slavery or some type of thing like that. So this ain't the time to be in debt with anybody. Pay your debts off. This ain't the time to be a consumerist. See if you can live off of some rice and beans, some chapati. See if you can live like the Africans and Asian people do, because at the end of the day, these people know how to survive. Okay. Number five, and this is maybe one of the most important as far as your mindset is concerned, you want to defeat a white supremacy mentality on all levels, on all levels. When it comes down to your hair, when it comes down to how you view yourself, how you view others, you don't want to come with this white. I think the best example I can give of this is like if you see somebody that has natural hair, okay, and their hair is very thick and it's very just afro, and you're like, oh, you should put a perm in that. Oh, like you have all these white supremacy tentacles flowing through your hands, flowing through your mouth, and it's like, don't. This ain't the time and season for that. Because when you come out of America, it's going to annoy you that African people look the way we do. If it already annoys you, African features and African people, and you're a black person, you need to go repent straight up. You need to stand down. You need to get on your knees and ask, why do I hate myself? That's what you need to be saying to yourself,
Mm.
because it just does not make sense. It does not make sense for a black person to come to an African country and say, "Oh my gosh, why all these people have this African hair?" Because
Exactly.
we were made like that. How about that? Like that, I cannot take. Like I really can't take that. But yeah, y'all get that mentality out of you, because if that's one of the things that's going to drive you crazy in a time of war, then you already probably lost. To
Yeah.
be honest, if that's the type of thing you care about, it'll crush you. Like please,
Yeah.
please repent.
And you can contact us through email at journey with us number four and letter U at gmail.com if you have any questions.
Yeah.
And this person said, uh, I live here in Texas, and I thought these containers were for remodeling.
You seen the
I
containers.
saw two
Okay.
yesterday by my bank. Like that's